anybody watching this right now, this is seriously one of the most inspirational stories that I've heard. And to everybody that's going through energy healing or holistic healing, please watch this till the end, because this can really truly change your life. And so, Michelle, tell me about how you overcame vertigo, how did this all even begin?
Okay, so back in 2017, I was starting to really experiment with energy, and that happened as a result of having some experiences in dream state in the astral, where I was practicing kinetics. And learning about things like Telekinesis, well, mainly Telekinesis, actually, that's all it was, in dream state, and really wanting to bring that here and practice here and do it here. I didn't even know what it was called at the time. I actually, when I was trying to find out what Telekinesis even was, I remember doing a Google search for moving the wind or something like that. It's just something that happened and I had no idea what it actually was. And then I came across an energy school that I joined. So not only was I doing it in dream state and practicing and doing energy, but I was also doing it in my life, in my three-dimensional life here on planet Earth. And that created a lot of shifts in me, I guess you could say, where I was starting to, my consciousness was starting to exist outside of my body as well as within it. And that created some sensations that were really terrifying for me, in the form of vertigo. So first happened in 2017. It was pretty bad at the time, pretty scary thing to go through, where the whole world would just be spinning and I'd be crawling on the floor. And for 3 months I was on sickness benefits, unfortunately. My business took a hit during that time. And I couldn't drive for 6 months. So it was, it's sort of like it was, I guess you could call kind of like a dark night of the soul, where you're going through a spiritual transformation of sorts, but it felt like death. And actually at times during the whole thing when it was happening, I did feel like I was dying. So it was pretty horrendous, but that's how it all started.
Wow. Okay. So how much energy work were you doing, like, while you were not sleeping?
Well, this is where it was, I started to do about 6 hours a day at the start.
Wow.
I don't know if I told you that before.
6 hours of Telekinesis?
Yeah, about that. When I was about 6 hours a day. That was when I was, I wasn't working at the time. So I was just doing my business. So I wasn't doing like a day job. So, and my business wasn't going so well. So, and I was studying as well. So, yeah.
Wow. Okay. So
I would reckon it was about 6 hours. That's what my partner said at the time. That I was practicing about 6 hours a day.
That is a lot of hours of Telekinesis. Because I do energy work probably up to like sometimes all day as well. But
it's easy to lose track of time, though, isn't it? When you're doing the kinetics.
Yeah, it's easy to lose track of time for sure. But I'm learning about Telekinesis too, and how when you're outside and doing that stuff, you can actually get connected to source and stuff. Unlike me, who's just doing remote viewing stuff, where I'm mostly in my head, mostly indoors. You're not really absorbing energy. You're just kind of like taking it out of your body. So like it's not. So I can see how that's like incredibly intense. Like, because I just recently interviewed a wise kid named Kanuj, and he was telling me about Telekinesis and how different it is from like telekinesis and stuff like that. So but back to the vertigo. Like, so what did you do in order to overcome this vertigo?
So at the time I spoke with a teacher of mine at this energy school, and it was great actually to talk to him, because I think I would have been a bit lost without the mentorship and support at the time. And he advised me to basically go into the vertigo to like become the vertigo. And when you do that, when you actually become that which you're feeling or that which you're experiencing, it gets worse for a time, I guess, because your focus, your intent has gone to the vertigo, or to me being not locked into my body but existing outside of it. So for the first time, I'm going, okay, I'm not going to fight this thing because I'm locked into my body here. I'm actually going to expand, and I'm going to exist with this thing. I'm going to become that which I am. I'm going to become the vertigo, or this expression of myself outside of my body. And so for my heart I would feel like I was having a heart attack. The sensations would get worse. And there's several times that I actually stopped the process, where I actually halted it because it was just too much for me to do it. But eventually I did. And I thought I was going to die. And I thought, well, if I'm going to die, this is it. Like, let's just surrender to this. I'm just going to go with whatever's happening and move into this state of being.
Right.
And by doing that, I then experienced this wild ride in which I actually clairvoyantly saw myself as a dam, and there was a dam wall, and I could feel myself as the water within the dam, and also the pressure of the water against the dam wall. And I just started having all of these connections in oneness to different objects, actually, which is really quite interesting, like buildings and dams and just objects, not so much nature apart from the water. But I was having all of these sensations, and I guess I was just exploring this whole existing outside of myself. And from that day forward, I guess you could say things started to turn around for me in regards to the vertigo. But
okay.
It was a hell of a scary time to do that.
Yeah, definitely.
But it also taught me a lot, because what I realize now is that if I'm having any kind of experience of pain or a sensation of pain, to go into the pain, even though the pain might increase at that time, like you're actually focusing on the pain somewhere in your body, it's got something to teach you. And by becoming it, you can actually explore it. You'll open up clairvoyantly to what the pain's trying to teach you, and you can heal it by releasing it or shifting it or whatever you need to do.
Right. To whoever's listening to this, like the two things that's so important that Michelle said: one, surrender, and also, like she said, like, what is this pain? What is this experience trying to teach you? That's so important, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, because there's always lessons. I mean, what we tend to do is if we feel pain in the body, we're quick to go and get a Panadol or something that's what we do. That's and the pharmaceutical industry loves that we do. So we want to move away from the pain as much as we can. We want to suppress it, but the pain is there to show us and teach us in whatever form that pain comes in, whether it's sore eyes or vertigo or actual physical pain in the body. It's showing us that something's out of alignment. So the beauty of going into it is that you can actually release things that you need to release. So
right.
Yeah.
That's another thing you just said is very, very important, I think, to everybody that's going through this holistic journey of healing is, the misalignment. That's so important. This misalignment of body, like I'm studying a lot of Chinese medicine and such right now, and it's pretty much the main focus is like the misalignment, whether you want to call it chakras or meridians or whatever you want to call them. It's like the misalignment in the body emotionally, and spiritually and stuff like that. That stuff really is so important, and it's really important to, I think, to ask yourself, like, okay, so like, why am I experiencing this, and what is this experience teaching me right now? Rather than being in that fear state, thinking,
which you do. I was suicidal at one point.
Right.
I would never do that, but I was thinking about, like, my thinking was, if I have to live like this forever, I don't want to be here.
Yeah.
but that was just because I didn't have the courage to go into what it was that it was trying to teach me. And what it was trying to teach me was to this new state of being, like to shift
Right.
through all of my blocks of being
Right.
so locked into my body so that I could exist outside of myself as well
Right.
as within it.
Right.
So it's a crazy state of being to be in, because now what can happen is if I'm having a conversation with someone and there's any kind of tension or fear, I'll start to feel movement within my own body. So I know people's emotional state because it's already interacting with my field because I'm outside of myself so much. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Okay.
So,
So,
and it's a good barometer. I've learnt to live with it now. So it's not like it's gone. It's like I've learnt that it gets worse when you try to lock it into your body, is what I'm trying to say. It's
wow.
better
Okay.
to,
Okay.
yeah.
So, essentially, like, this painful experience has advanced you in a way, like to make you more, you know, like you, like, I forgot how you phrased it, but you said something like you can actually, because of this experience, you can actually feel other people's emotions and stuff
Yeah.
now. Right. Right. So
Yeah.
that's powerful. Like, you know, and yeah, that's definitely an incredible, um, gift that you were able to attain as a side effect of this intense experience that you went through.
Yeah.
So, excuse me. Sorry. So, um, what are some of the modalities that you tried during this time? Like, you know, like, other than surrendering, have you tried stuff like, because I know you're a hypnotherapist as well. Have you
Yeah.
tried hypnotherapy and stuff like that in an attempt to, in other energy healing systems, in an attempt to try and better yourself?
Just around the vertigo, you mean, when that
Right.
whole
Yeah. Just the
situation was
vertigo.
happening?
Yeah.
I was actually looking at medical. What I did was, this is why I decided to go fully into the energy, because I went to an ENT specialist, I went to physiotherapists, I tried all sorts of things to try and get this right, and
Mm-hmm.
you know, it was a scary time for me, and the only way those things were working to a small degree, like the neurophysiotherapy was quite helpful,
Mm-hmm.
but it wasn't. As soon as I would go home or whatever, I'd just be back to, you know, the normal situation and bed
Right.
bound
Right.
and all that sort of thing. So it wasn't getting to, you know, my body was asking me, more my soul, should I say, was asking me to make this shift.
Mm-hmm.
And I was trying everything I could not to.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess the other modalities, the thing that worked best for me was to surrender,
Right.
to it,
Right.
to
Right.
become it. And
Right.
and ever since, that's what I've found has been really helpful for me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, you know, we're quick, if we
Right.
get a pain, we're quick to go to the doctor. We've
Right.
got
Right.
concerns without exploring what it has to teach
Right.
us first.
Right. So,
Yeah.
that are like going through, um, you know, just holistic, that's pursuing holistic healing right now. Like, what is your final message to these people?
Yeah. Okay. Gee, wow. To sum it up, I guess I would say, don't give up hope. There
Mm-hmm.
is always hope. You
Mm-hmm.
know, I was in my darkest moment and I couldn't
Mm-hmm.
see the
Mm-hmm.
light. There
Mm-hmm.
is always hope, and
Mm-hmm.
just to listen to your body and to
Mm-hmm.
become that which you are experiencing, to
Mm-hmm.
understand it better, whether it's pain, vertigo, whatever the sensation is in your
Mm-hmm.
body that you're
Mm-hmm.
experiencing. Your
Mm-hmm.
body wants you to understand it
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and become it.
Right,
Yeah, to
right.
live
That's
with it.
so powerful. That's so powerful. So, Michelle, what is the title of your what do you call it? Interpersonal counselor or something like that?
Oh,
What?
transpersonal counselor. Yeah.
Transpersonal counselor. Okay.
Yep.
So Michelle is a transpersonal counselor. Could you
Yeah.
describe to the people that are watching what is what is transpersonal counseling, and how can you assist people in yeah, in yeah, first describe what it is.
Oh, okay. So yeah, transpersonal counselling basically means beyond the ego. So
Mm-hmm.
it's not just traditional counselling in the sense of talk therapy, but it also
Mm-hmm.
takes into account,
Mm-hmm.
you know, the broader range of experiences that can't be explained, that are beyond the ego, that are beyond what is known. So it's more holistic in that respect. Yeah.
Okay.
So, and I basically, help anyone who has, well, in particular, people who have had spiritually transformative experiences, STEs as they're called, or having the sort of dark night of the soul stuff that I do, that sort of thing. But particularly people that have been struggling with the kind of journey that I've been on as well.
A lot of sensitive people could probably use your assistance. Are you taking on clients in the United States right now?
My insurance isn't such that I am at the moment, but it is something that I will be looking into.
Okay,
this
awesome.
year sometime.
So if you're watching this from outside the United States, what is your website called?
It's just my own name, so it's www.mbailey.com.au.
Okay,
M for
awesome.
Michelle.
Awesome. So yeah, like I said, if anybody is struggling, to, and I know what it's like, because I've, I'm honestly still going through it as well. But anybody that's going through, holistic healing, energy healing, definitely check out Michelle, because I mean, she can seriously assist you. And she lived it and she survived it, and she's, I mean, she can definitely assist you. So, I mean, just definitely check her out if you can afford it. And I mean, otherwise, just keep watching this video and just soak it all in, because I mean, it's really truly a powerful message. And I mean, I certainly have to do the same as well, because I mean, Michelle's story gave me the confidence when I was at my lowest point as well. So
that's great. Thank you, Ken. Appreciate that.
So